Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
The mathematical risk-reward of selling here is horrible. The emotional risk-reward of selling here could be huge. Good trades have asymmetry. The reward if you win should be many multiples of what you risk losing. For example, buying ETH at 2,000 if you think it's going to 20 is great, 20,000. Risk reward of 1 to 9. Assuming you never sell at a loss, you win 9 times what you risk losing. Vice versa, selling Bitcoin at 40 because you think it's going to 20, but also buying back at 60 if you realize you are wrong is horrible. The risk reward is 1 to 1 because there's basically 20,000 or double half gap in between. This means you need to be right more than 50% of the time to make it profitable, but there's no way to win big. So mathematically, selling here is kind of stupid. You've probably already lost 50-70% since the top, and at best you avoid another equal drawdown. There's no asymmetry left, so you're a late seller. To make things even worse, the potential long-term upside is still massive. That being said, we are human beings that with lives that cost money. The number in your portfolio tracker going up and down is real. Doesn't really feel that way though. The emotional risk reward is important. If you lose another 50% or more, how will that impact your life? How much does it change? Losing more money right now makes you a lot unhappier and stressed out relative to the extra happiness and joy more wealth brings. Do you have a stable income, or do you live off of your portfolio? Do you live in your mom's basement, or do you have a family? What about your debts? Is your portfolio less than what you make in a year, or is it worth 10 times that, or 1 month? The bigger your responsibilities, the bigger your portfolio, and the less other income you have, the more you might want to consider selling late. It buys you safety and peace of mind. It's arguably worth a lot more than missing out on some potential gains. On the other hand, if you're young, single, have a couple tens or 100,000 sitting in crypto, but also have a good job, it's not really worth it to start selling now. It's not life-changing money, and you'd probably be better off just buying more every month, trying to win big long-term. Because the long-term asymmetry, if crypto wins, is larger than what you risk losing, and you don't really need it anyway. It doesn't affect your life, only your mind. This space could easily 100x long-term if it succeeds, but don't underestimate the stress a multi-year bear market brings and how much mental and financial pain and suffering you may still have to endure. If you're depending on your portfolio, I'd argue the emotional risk to reward may be more important to you than the mathematical one. And this is actually a very important thing to keep in your minds, which is why I wanted to briefly share it here. Think about it as you want, but this is something which everybody needs to realize. There's a very big difference between making some nice money and making some really big headaches for yourself. But sometimes they kind of coincide. You have to risk something to win something, but always prioritize your health. It's definitely not worth it to get richer off of going, bananas, so to speak, or really become unhappy because of it. Because I've seen now, I've known now, I feel now, regardless of how rich you are, you can definitely be unhappy. And when I look at the people around me, I would definitely say some people are way happier who earn, let's say, about $1,000 a month to people that have hundreds of millions of dollars. If we're talking about real happiness, right, with their family, for example. So I would say always prioritize your own, like your, the happiness feeling, but not too much in the sense that you're just neglecting everything. Like, for example, I wouldn't say drink every day because that makes you happiest, But you guys get my drift, hopefully. All right, let's move on with some news, right? Because that was a moral story, but Number of small Bitcoin and Ether holders hit all-time high despite waning prices. Little fun fact, yeah, they often say in times of uncertainty, and I guess in this specific time where I told you guys this is all happening right now, that the amount of holders would kind of falter or anything like that. It's not. There's more and more people holding. I think the tension is actually doing something really good for crypto, but there's definitely something which we can debate upon. It's not mathematically proven by me or anything like that more people are actually buying in times when things get scary. I can't really back it up with facts, but I can back it up with logic. Whenever things get scary, like for example in these scenarios which we described before, like a war or anything like that, I think a lot of people are backing up the Bitcoin or buying more because they think, well, all these central bank currencies are literally that, backed by a central currency. If one country does bad or gets invaded or something like that happens, that currency might falter or something might happen. With Bitcoin, what exactly can happen to it? You don't really have to trust in one country. So I believe as well the fact that the prices are going lower means more people are actually picking it up, regardless of how crazy it feels, because I believe that this most recent little bullish run, it got a lot of people in, right? But right now the prices are coming down, it gets more people in, and the people that were in are not really selling too much. They're letting go of some of their portfolio maybe, but generally speaking they remain holders, while still more and more people are entering into the crypto space, which is my thoughts. Alright, Cardano actually did really well. Ranks second in 24-hour transaction volume, passing ETH and Litecoin. Not necessarily at a good price. I wouldn't say the price has also been doing as beautifully as I would have liked to see, but I mean, look at this. Cardano Blockchain Insights posted since January 1st. Cardano blockchain grew by about 13 gigabytes. Historically speaking, this is a lot, and clearly there's a lot of chain activity. The only thing is Cardano's marketing is not that juicy, and the majority of Cardano holders are right now not doing so well as the price has been faltering significantly. But I do believe again that Cardano is still a very solid project, and it just needs its time again to shine. In both of the bull runs we've witnessed right now, the Cardano price did extremely well, and I do believe that if we get back into crazy one, the price is going to do again very freaking juicy. Then new Elon Musk tweet leaves Shiba Army and Huobi puzzled. Tesla boss has posted a new tweet that has made prominent Shiba and Huobi accounts wonder what the innovator had in mind when posting it. So I don't really know how people sometimes go crazy for this type of stuff. I'm not sure if it's a crypto type of thing. I'm not sure if it's just a joke. Not sure if it's supposed to be some sort of element or anything like that. It can be 1,001 different things. It's Elon Musk. Maybe there's actually some secret meeting in the H with the 2 p.m. on the 22nd of the second month of 2022. Maybe he thought this out. Not exactly sure. Have no idea whatsoever. Here just said tau over pi. Yeah, I mean, make memes, not maybe, yeah. So that's not necessarily news, but it's something which is prominent because Elon Musk, saying it. So yeah. Then again, you guys were asking me a lot about this investor hack on OpenSea. I'm gonna make a video about this on my second channel, which is called 5 Minute Crypto. I think I'm gonna do a video about it on there, or you know what? I might actually make a video here about the NFT swindler. Something fun. You know what? I'll do that. I'll get that out to you guys. It might be the next video coming out today. Could be fun. Depending on what news there is. If there's not that much news, I'll make a video about it. Reddit sleuth finds Instagrammers running likely CryptoCon on Singapore. I wanted to actually get you guys another little message in, which is if I or any influencer ever says to you, oh, there's a giveaway, let me text you real quick, some fake, I'm not going to text you. It's not going to happen. At the end of the day, I really want to talk to some people. Don't get me wrong. But it's just not worth the risk. Because if I start sending some people messages, then maybe it could be me. You know, I never initiate a DM. Unless we met up in real life and I told you, okay, I'll send you a message, you know. But most of the time that doesn't happen. If it goes over social media, there's a 0% chance that I'm sending you a message unless it's so freaking obvious that I've said it 1,000 times in my videos or you want to give away my video. But it's going to be based upon something which you can verify. So it's either in my video or you've seen me in real life. Those are the only exceptions which I can think of. If I didn't say it in my video, if I didn't meet you in real life, there's no way in which I'm DMing you, so don't fall for it. But the same thing kind of goes for the majority of things I'm seeing on the interwebs right now. Instagram, TikTok, don't take your advice from there. I mean, don't take your advice from any YouTuber, even like me. You know, don't take your advice from the crypto YouTube or whatever. But I think I and a lot of other people on YouTube have more of a ethical stance where I'm, for example, I'm not really talking about garbage here as I don't think it's worth it. You know, I see the way off. Like, why would I? How can I describe it the best way? I will not, for example, tell people that I'm buying something if I think it looks like garbage. But when I look at TikTok, when I sometimes look at Instagram, these people are selling actual garbage. And I think it's because they're not as matured, potentially, in this space, but also because they see the quick money and they think, let me take it, because the followers might not care. And that's, again, a very big difference that I've seen with TikTok and Instagram right now. Or on Twitter, it's mostly with NFTs, by the way. But I digress. On YouTube, there's a couple, but there's less. You know, there's more mature. Or it might just be the connection that people have on TikTok being different than with YouTube because there's longer videos, longer stories, and whatnot. All right. But I just wanted to say, if it looks too good to be true, most of the time it is. But also, please, just do a little bit of digging around the interwebs. If it doesn't look safe, don't go for it, regardless of how good the opportunity looks. It's better off, like we said at the beginning of the video, just end up happy and not as rich, rather than losing everything and hating yourself. So be careful with these things, guys. Be careful. And I don't want to go too far into the story because there's 1,001 different ones that are akin to it. But just be careful. Just be careful. Alright, then a quick little talk. Attorney reveals the move that will settle XRP versus Ripple lawsuit. John Deaton said, I stand by what I said long ago. There won't likely be serious settlement talks until the SEC must turn over the documents. Can both sides evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of their respective sides? Absolutely. How does Ripple evaluate without all the evidence? Is XRP in documents? So, for my opinion here as well, if you're wondering exactly what the caveat in the lawsuit is or what the most important part is, I talked before about how this new reconsideration motion is extremely important. It is. But I'm still, and I think you guys are all on the same page here, we are freaking waiting for the SEC to just showcase whether or not they ever talked about XRP. I've been waiting like a freaking year, it feels like, to know whether or not the SEC had a stance at one point or another, but it's taken its sweet freaking time. And now, of course, the motion for reconsideration kind of coincides with the whole story, but still, man, you can't really do proper negotiations, and that is true. You can't really go for a proper settlement if you don't know what the other side has at all, and you did ask for it, and you are most likely going to get it. You know, they can, of course, assess their own side and kind of deduct or deduce something from that. But you want to know what the other party has, and you can if you don't know what they've talked about, you know. All right, institutional investors responsible for crypto overvaluation by expert. This is just a little theory that manipulation is basically causing crypto prices to be higher than what they respectively should be. We had a very big discussion about this a couple of months ago, and we basically talked about the fact that crypto right now is being overhyped, there's definitely something to be said about it. I would say crypto right now is getting less attention than it should have, but if we look at those meme tokens and whatnot, a lot of them are getting more attention than they should for how stupid they are. And again, a lot of people are still falling for just the most obvious crypto stupidity, which I guess still comes due to overhypedness. And that's why I'm also saying, yeah, maybe some institutional investors with their ads or manipulation tactics are causing it, or these institutional investors are making it so that some of these smaller cryptocurrencies or cryptos that I don't think should be really bought much or along those lines are actually getting a lot of volume or liquidity, which makes people think there's something in that, which again inherently there shouldn't be. But there's a couple of different theories to fetch from here. There's no one conclusion. It's just a little thought process and something to think about for ourselves to keep our minds active. And then crypto fund sees $109 million net inflows despite Russia-Ukraine crisis. This coincides with our earlier article that the numbers don't really look too bad. The amount of addresses of people holding and taking their money off of exchanges, because that's also what this showcases, just keeps on increasing, and the amount of money that people are investing keeps on increasing as well. Right now, somebody tweeted, "We are breaking out. Things are doing crazy." Give me a second. Alright, I just saw somebody post over on Twitter that Bitcoin is breaking out. Looking at the price right now, it's it's hard to say whether or not you call this a crazy breakout. It's up about $1,500 from the bottom. We can actually quickly see if my direct correlation theory still works or no. So yes, ever since the stock market opened, guys, Bitcoin price has been pumping, like I've described 1,001 times before. Expect the direct correlation and trade along with this. Over the 15 minutes here, I guess Bitcoin is also coming down as it keeps following the S&P, almost every way, shape, or form. Yeah, here we can see over the last 15 minutes, the Bitcoin price is also faltering. And again, the Bitcoin price, I guess, over the day here has actually not been doing too bad. It's actually picked the pace up quite nicely, and when the S&P opened, it also showed itself quite nicely.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.